So what I would start with on this project is try to brainstorm some ideas for each. And if you are a list person, you could just do this on some small section of the sketchbook. So an invention means something entirely new, right? That we have a need for, but there's no existing object or consumer product that you can get for it. And innovation means you're just kind of tweaking or fixing something that already exists, but it doesn't work perfectly. How can you make it better? Those are the two main questions you need to ask yourself. Most people will probably come up with an innovation. So I was just trying to think of some things. My oldest son loves to break toys, so I was thinking of a universal toy fixer. It'd be like some sort of machine. You've seen my example of the flying boat. That would be something that I would consider an invention because it's entirely different than a regular boat or a plane. I also thought of a blind person implant device so they can see. Thought that one was a really neat idea. Something that would be an innovation, like a better tea or coffee maker. I have too many issues with those. They don't self-clean. A handheld scanner and printer. Or maybe an app for AI music creation. Just some strange things I came up with. The thing that I think I'm going to draw real quickly, I think I'm going to do the blind person implant device. So then what you can do is in your sketchbook you'll want to come up with a title. On a schematic, you generally see a big heading, just like you would, for a book's title page. So if we have like this blind person here, drawings don't have to be super detailed. Say our friend here is blind. So essentially what I was thinking was something that could be implanted either on their face that goes into their head, or you could hide it altogether. But for the sake of making this more artistic, it'd be something that would basically go into and bypass their eye. So again, you need more than one drawing. How many drawings do you need? Does anybody remember how many drawings you need? How many different images you need? 3. So this device, of course, goes on the skin, and the eye is blind, so we know that it can't see. But this device would essentially, as an implant, go into the optic nerves, the optic cables. It would bypass to the brain and visually help the brain see some sort of computer-generated image that basically simulates what would be in front of them. Does that kind of make sense, like what I'm trying to show here? So it would actually be an image, and it might be something as simple as you have your space, and maybe it's just simple objects like this, but then they wouldn't have to be as wary of walking into things, because we know that they actually cannot see. Okay? So I'm going to have to describe this stuff. So what I might show here, I need to find a better way to show this. What they see versus what is computer generated. So if this was the actual space, I mean, I'm assuming it would get more sophisticated over time. The simulation would be simple, but maybe we could do something like, maybe it could create like a gridded space. Adding color might help. You will need to label everything. So I know I'm doing this very quick. It doesn't have to be super complex, right? You can still go in and add some shading if you'd like. Make the infographic images a little bit stronger. And you can always add a little bit of color too, which I might very well do here in just a moment. Now, if you're really stumped and you can't come up with anything, you can always do something funny, humorous, cartoonish, gag-related, silly. That's totally fine. I think color will help me kind of illustrate my particular image a little bit better. Then the last thing that you need besides a title is you need to put a blurb of why we need this. Yes. Yes.
Can I borrow your Chromebook charger?
What are you going to trade me? Awesome. Thank you.
I'll just...
Yep, and just go ahead and take it. I might call this an implant simulator.
I always have my charger on, so...
So it needs some decoration. Again, color is optional, but it might help you a little bit in describing what you need. Then you would create a blurb, which is just a short response of why we need such a thing. This invention would allow fully blind people a chance to see through a computer simulated representation of the space. And that would actually suffice for the blurb. We have labels here. So then I'm just going to use, I think, some ink pen, maybe some colored pencils to color it in. Any questions? This project, I really just wanted a chance to show how creativity and visual art can actually do something like engineering or science related.
I'll be quick.
Any questions? I think both my chargers have already been borrowed. Sorry, Leah.
Not you. I'm stealing that one.
I wonder what it's like being a dad that's also a teacher, but you can teach your children. How easy that is?
I would think it would be, well, I've seen it be very difficult.
Yeah, because you gotta like not paper them over everyone else.
Or they purposely make it difficult on you. I've seen that.
Yeah.
In fact, the person who owns the art room, where the art rewards trip we're going in a couple of weeks to. She her mom was a teacher here.
Oh boy.
And she would call her by her first name, and she would interrupt and do gags in the middle of English lectures.
No, because my mom would just get mad at me. She'd be like, "Stop! I'm gonna kick you out of the class." That's what my mom would do.
And I think they would have the right to do that. So what we're essentially making here is an infographic. You want your infographics to be legible as far as the ideas that they're conveying, which can be complex, and you want them visually catching if possible, eye-catching. Now I think this is going to be a little bit more difficult to see. So we have the eye. Yeah, I'd go ahead and start brainstorming now if you haven't already kind of gotten an idea. Wouldn't spend too much time on this. Okay.
Put your on, please.
Yep. Does anybody have any questions about what I'm doing on the camera? It's the internal implant. Sit it here. idea yet for your drawings. It should all be on introduction. So, those are people, not characteristics. Yeah, so the characteristics would be like, probably those. That's what you're going to look for. And then artist's links.
Are you serious?
There's your artist.
You're the one
Just put down. Right. And then talk about does that kind of help? It should all be in there. I can understand wanting to start that way and then wanting to.
You'll get it.
Yeah, definitely. Try. I mean, it didn't take me too long to do that. So just 2 pages. You make another.
I mean, it is nice to strive for something. I mean, even if it's something simple, like I was talking about self-being options, hanging out, stuff like that, right? You can just do something. It doesn't have to be super. And everybody got the worksheet.
Like a little windshield wiper. That might be pretty good. Are we doing okay? Your what? Oh, he's got. Well, that's awesome. You got your 3 drawings. Or maybe 2, I don't know. That one might be connected. And you could just like zoom in and show it working, like whatever it is, right? And it could be simple. So it doesn't have to be. Hey, you know what? It's an idea. Go with it. So, I mean, I did that very, very quickly, but, try to make it visually, like legible, like, okay, I kind of understand at least what you're trying to convey, and you could show, like,
The following students could please report to Mr. Smart's room. Patrick Allison, Shirley Brown, Nate Brown, Patience Butler, Hannah Cardwell, Madison Cooper, and Vincent Ryder. Please report to Mr. Smart's room. If you don't know where that is, just come to the high school office.
Well, yeah, no, it sounds like you have an idea. You could always just, like you're doing, let's say you're showing it before and after, so you're kind of seeing the action of how it works when you're using it, right? That'll be the best way to make it legible. Oh, and I actually just did a sentence, like in the bottom right. But yeah, I mean, if you need a little extra room, that's fine. You can fill as much space as necessary on the page. Hopefully pretty simple project, that's why I'm not spending anything beyond Friday. Probably this is what I'll do, I'll just go like the sketchbook, just keep them open on those pages, and I'll just grab like that. So hopefully really simple. We have, I mean, we just live in a more, like, engineering, mathematics, science, that's where everything's going in this world. So there are ways that you can visually try to display something. That's the idea. We've had a couple of people that said, they were seniors last year, they were telling me, they're like, yeah, they enjoyed the project because it's like, this is more or less something. So nothing, it doesn't have to be super well. It's not like all about the craftsmanship. It's more about the idea of this project. Are we doing okay over here? Yeah. This is all you know.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
With Steve.
6'9".
Do any of you have questions about the project? Hopefully really simple, right? And I'll just collect them on Friday. Great. Mark, are you good on this next project? Okay. Lenana, are you good?
Yes. I'm more than good.
Okay, all right. You good? Sure. Thank you, guys. And Sean, are you good? Does what I did make sense?
Yeah, I understand what you're doing.
Okay. It's more about the idea. It's not so much about craftsmanship on this one.